Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Executive Insights podcast sponsored by iGlobal University School of Business. My name is Mark Robinson. I'm the director for the School of Business. And today I want to welcome a top-notch guest to our podcast today, the president of Oz Global Consulting, Mark Smith. Mark, welcome to the program.
Hi, Mark. Thank you. Glad to be here. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Mark. And as we mentioned at the outset of all of our programs, we try to offer inspirational folks to our students here, BBA, MBA students. So Mark graciously gave us some of his time today. So Mark, first of all, let me introduce you. As I stated, you're the president of Oz Global Consulting. You've been at IBM, you've been at Zurich Insurance, Farmers Insurance, Ernst & Young, Anderson Consulting. I mean, you've got some great experience in the industry, specifically in strategy, operations, and innovation. So with your 30 plus years of experience, we expect to learn a lot today.
Well, I hope to pass on a few lessons learned anyway.
Cool.
Maybe some insights.
Great. So now you're president of Oz Global Consulting. So just for our viewers, tell us a little bit about, Oz Digital Consulting.
Yeah, sure. So, Oz is what I'd call a boutique consulting firm. We, do specialize in, helping our clients with their digital transformation. And I think everybody can appreciate, especially after COVID, that, more and more companies are really taking a digital first, strategy and priority to the market, right? Both to serve their customers, their distribution partners, and to really better enable their employees to be able to provide better customer service, better value, and really meet the customer wherever the customer wants to do business. So we're big in hospitality and travel. We've done quite a bit in the healthcare area. We've done some in property and casualty insurance. And property and casualty insurance is one of the areas that we're really looking to grow our business. I think it's a very exciting area. Most people, I think, don't really understand, the business of insurance, but it is complicated. There's a lot of IT systems involved. There's a lot of opportunities for further automation. And, insurance is always trying to stay ahead of the emerging risks that we as individuals might have, or that companies may have, governments, environments. Mm-hmm. And that means that, they have to digest, analyze, process a lot of data. Right. And so, there's just, I think, a renewed sense of urgency on the part of the insurance industry to, continue to drive, more digital capabilities and more automation of their processes, and enable their customers, enable their people, and really enable their agents and brokers a lot better.
And certainly during the pandemic, right, all kinds of companies have had to pivot, as we commonly use the word. So are you seeing people perhaps pivoting enough?
I think there's been a tremendous amount of pivot, but I think that there's more to do. And I think that's what, was a bit of a wake-up call. Not that the insurance industry or other industries, for that matter, haven't been significantly investing. Mm-hmm. But the transformation is a fairly significant undertaking when, you're trying to really connect the front end, whether it be mobile apps, web apps, walk into bricks and mortar, that customer experience, that customer engagement with all the back office systems that you have, that, whether it's processing payments, it's underwriting, it's pricing, it's, handling a claim. So I think, that's just driven a higher level of priority that while a lot has been done, there's a lot more opportunity out there.
Sure, of course. And certainly, you've been around for, gosh, 30 plus years.
Oh, careful.
Sorry about that.
I felt young until you said that.
I don't want to date anybody, but certainly that speaks volumes about your experience. I mean, I always like to find out how people actually got started in their career. I mean, maybe perhaps you were in undergraduate school or obtaining your MBA. How did you begin this process of, getting to where you are today?
It's interesting, and I think sometimes this is just the way things happen. But my undergrad major was actually biochemistry with a minor in computer science. And when I graduated, I started working on my MBA, and I'm not going to say how many years ago this was, but back in those days, they had a class called Management Information Systems, which was pretty new in the MBA program. And that class just excited me, because it was all about how do you leverage this emerging technology to be able to really drive businesses, enable businesses, make them more efficient, help them grow. And quite frankly, even today, it's still exciting. There's still so much opportunity out there, whether it's insurance, banking, retail, and there's emerging technologies like artificial intelligence that really continue to change the game. So I went to a cocktail party with my professor of that class. He invited me. Okay. And I was talking to a gentleman there who is the managing partner for Arthur Andersen Consulting, now Accenture. Didn't know that, and I was just telling him, how I love this class and I thought this was the future and this is where I want to work. And he handed me his card and he said, why don't you come down to the office? I'd like to chat with you a little bit more about it. Made an appointment, ended up with a full day interview, which I did not expect, and an offer at the end of that. And probably the best decision I ever made. And from there, I followed a partner. Great. I mean, Andersen was a great company, taught me a lot about programming, a lot about systems implementation, project management. Followed a partner to Arthur Young, which today is Ernst & Young, another outstanding company. I was there for 18 years, partner for 10, ran systems integration for the West region, financial services for the West region, and insurance for North America. And probably culturally, I probably never would have left, except we sold our company.
Right.
And I had clients, Farmers Insurance, another outstanding company, and Zurich Insurance Group, a global insurer, as clients. And they both had outstanding job offers. And I decided to take the Farmers one. And as soon as I did, Zurich bought Farmers. So the next thing you know, I'm working at Zurich for 3 years, and then in London for a year, and I was in Lisbon for a year. And I kind of bounced between Farmers Insurance and Zurich, with different roles, CIO, Chief Digital Officer, Chief Strategy Officer, Chief Growth Officer, and a lot of different titles. My role was really more focused on transformation. Helping both companies, transform, leverage technology for that, relook at their processes, things like shared services, operating models, how we went to market, how we could expand our channels. Absolutely great. Loved it. For other reasons, I needed to move back into consulting. I needed that flexibility to get back to the U.S. and went to work for Alex Partners. Small boutique company, kind of like Oz, but very focused on restructuring, working with private equity owned companies on their strategy, their technology enablement, how to improve profit, and grow. A lot of X, E, and Y partners there, and that's kind of what attracted me. And then ultimately moved to IBM and, once again, focused on insurance. So really, other than having Disney as a client for a while, which was another great experience, and helping them digitize, I've spent pretty much, 30 years in the insurance industry, really helping companies transform
Wow.
their businesses. And, as I look back on it, it's been great, great people, great industry.
That is an awesome career path. And just think, probably, those years ago when you were at that cocktail party, right? Little did you know that this chance meeting would just set the stage for your whole career.
Yep, yep. And today I'm with Oz, and I kind of wanted to go back to a more boutique company,
Right.
As opposed to big corporation, where we can really focus on being great in certain areas, and kind of fill what I view as a void where a lot of the big four don't play, because we're really kind of focused on the middle market,
Right.
on the mutual insurance companies, and I think there's just a lot of opportunity there, and Oz is a great company. I kind of look at it as when I left IBM, I was sort of intending to retire.
Right.
And then I got connected with Amjad, the CEO of Oz, and I'm having fun. Probably more fun than I've had in a long, long time. It's just, it's a different way to apply my experience to the industry.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, that's a great success story.